Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our March 16th Dunellen Borough Council meeting. Our first order of business is a call to order and the rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our second item on the agenda is the reading of the Sunshine Statement and roll call by Municipal Clerk, Mrs. Lauren Statz.
This meeting of the Dunellen Borough Council is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of March 16th, 2026 was included in a list of meetings that was advertised in the Courier on January 8th, 2026, and as a teleconference was noticed on the official Dunellen website on March 13th, 2026, and on the public bulletin board on North Avenue on March 13th, 2026, and has remained continuously posted as the required notice. Mayor Salento,
Present.
Council President Lamb,
Here.
Mrs. Albertson,
Here.
Mrs. Rios,
Here.
Mr. Scott,
Here.
Mr. Sigmund,
Here.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Okay, now that we have a quorum officially. Next item on the agenda is proclamations. We have a proclamation honoring the 80th anniversary of the Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479. And we have 4 members here this evening that I'm going to kindly ask that they join me up front. I will read the proclamation because I heard that you wanted to pass that up, but I will gladly read it for you.
Where would you like us?
We can write across. We'll do this. Why'd you come? Yeah. Facing our guests and how about that? And I do have lapels for each of you.
Yeah.
So thank you for your service to our
Thank you.
town and to our veterans. So, honoring the 80th anniversary of the Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479. Whereas Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Post 5479 was established on January 27th, 1946 at 201 Prospect Avenue, followed shortly thereafter by the establishment of the Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479 on March 24th, 1946. And whereas Marion Shields served as the first auxiliary president, leading 34 members. And whereas today the Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479 continues its proud tradition of service under the leadership of President Susan Horgos, right?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. And its 59 members who meet on the second Wednesday of each month and remain deeply committed to supporting veterans and their families through volunteerism, fundraising, and patriotic programs. And whereas the first VFW Auxiliary was originally established on September 14th, 1914 in Pittsburgh with Margaret Armstrong serving as its first national president and has grown to become one of the nation's oldest veterans service organizations dedicated to supporting veterans, service members, and their families. And whereas the organization was originally known as the Ladies Auxiliary of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States and was founded to assist returning soldiers from World War I through the hospital work and community service, and in 2015 officially became the VFW Auxiliary to reflect a more inclusive membership welcoming all spouses and eligible relatives. And whereas on March 24th, 2026, the Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479 proudly celebrates the 80th anniversary of its founding, marking 8 decades of dedication to honoring and supporting the men and women who serve our nation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jason F. Salento, and the Dunellen Borough Council recognize and congratulate Tri-Borough Memorial VFW Auxiliary 5479 on the occasion of its 80th anniversary and commend its members for their decades of service, patriotism, and unwavering commitment to veterans and their families. Dated March 16th underneath my signature. So congratulations and God bless you. You mind if we get a photo?
Oh, sure. Okay.
I'll go to the edge. I'll go by and put it on top. We're doing karaoke next, so you're right. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of the town for your service to our community and our veterans. And I think, with what's going on in the world with the war in Iran, I think it's important now that we recognize organizations like the VFW and American Legion and the contributions you give to the community as well. Well, most importantly, our veterans, especially those we know now will be returning home from war. So we wish them well. We pray for them and God bless them. But thank you and God bless you for the work you do on our returning men and women. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Anybody want to say a few words?
Karaoke, you say? Okay, I moved here with my family, my husband and my two daughters in June of 1997. After my husband had completed with us 20 years of active duty Navy service. We were both from Staten Island, don't hold us against us.
We love Staten Island.
And, yeah, but Jersey has really become our home because we've been here longer than, of course, we were on Staten Island, born and raised. We got to travel to a lot of different countries, meet a lot of different people, have a lot of different memories. But Dunellen, for right now, has been home since '97, and we are so proud to be part of the VFW and helping and serving. And we see how much the town does do for all of its residents, and we truly appreciate that. So thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Before we move forward and speaking about volunteerism and those who have dedicated their time to our municipality, I am going to ask, and I should have done this up front, but a moment of silence for Chris Mueller. So it is deep sadness that I have to share the passing of Chris Mueller, a dedicated member of the Dunellen Office of Emergency Management and a founding and active member of the Dunellen Search Team. So I've asked before we have a moment of silence for Mr. Mosley, our OEM coordinator, to share a few words about him, and then we'll just have a few moments of silence.
Okay, first of all, I'm wearing which was part of our first uniform. This was given at the first graduation. I'm wearing my sweatshirt today, okay? It is with deep sadness that we announce the passing of Chris Mueller, a dedicated member of the Dunellen Office of Emergency Management and a founding member and active participant of the Dunellen CERT Team, standing for Community Emergency Response Team. Chris served as Dunellen's OEM's Local Search and Rescue, SAR, coordinator and worked closely with the organization as a liaison and adjunct CERT instructor. He brought extensive experience in incident management and inland ground search and rescue, consistently going above and beyond in service to the community. By the way, Chris would jump at the paperwork to do an IAP, the Incident Action Plan. And I could tell you that in terms of emergency management, a lot of folks don't like to do that, those FEMA forms, but he would just jump at it. And just one more thing too, the way I met Chris was kind of unusual. I was in the parking lot, Skinner Plaza, and somehow I saw him and we started to talk about CERT. And next thing I know, he's a member. So Chris represented Dunellen OEM and CERT with professionalism, integrity, and an unwavering commitment that far exceeded expectations. He set the standard for what a CERT provider should be, and his impact will be felt for years to come. We honor his service, dedication, and the legacy he leaves behind. Chris will really be deeply missed.
Thank you. Flags have been lowered to half-mast in his remembrance. Fire Sergeant. Next on the agenda is item number 4, the approval of our regular meeting minutes from March 2nd. Do you have a motion? Please second.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
Any comments, additions, or edits to the meeting minutes as they currently stand? Now, you're not roll call.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark?
Yeah.
Next up, item number 5, introduction of ordinances. We have introduced orders of 2026-06, an ordinance to amend chapter 150, fees, article 2, construction fees of the borough.
Move it.
A motion and a second, please.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
For those in the public who might not regularly listen in, introduce ordinances or just that, introduce. You can find the ordinance at Borough Hall in the clerk's office or online. And at the next meeting, it will be publicly heard, amended, adopted, or voted down. Public has 10 days, statutorily 10 days to be able to review before the applicable delivery. So no discussion this evening. I can say that this is construction fees, several of the fees we're bringing up to what should be near some of our municipalities that are comp, and also increasing our connection fee for, is it sewer utility?
Sewer utility connection fee
For new builds. Yeah, for new builds, such as when a project goes up, they'll have to pay significantly more to connect that to our utility. So that's what the ordinance says.
All right, I'll take a roll. Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios? Yes. Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark?
Yeah.
Okay, item number 6 on the agenda is resolutions. We have resolutions 95 through 106. Mrs. Stack, you can read them out and just give us an opportunity to discuss.
Resolution number 95 is to pay the bills. Move it, Rios?
Second.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios? Yes. Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark?
Yeah.
Resolution number 96 is to accept the resignation of Gregory Stocker as mechanic.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
We'll speak on this one. I am saddened to see that Mr. Stocker will be moving on from Dunellen. He was an exceptional, like many of our employees, an exceptional employee at the DPW mechanic. He lived in town, so that always was good when he was a DPW worker. But they'll be missed. He did find a better opportunity elsewhere. You can never begrudge somebody trying to think better for himself and his family. So we want to thank him for his service. We wish him well. And if it doesn't work out, there's space to come back. He's an exceptional employee, that's why I say that.
All right, I'll take a roll. Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios? Yes. Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark?
Yeah.
Resolution number 97 is to authorize CME Associates to prepare the fiscal year 2025 recycling tonnage grant application.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
Mr. Miller, could you just address this for council members who might not be familiar with this because they're newer?
Yes, Mayor, each year, CB, works through the borough, putting together, information that is needed for the tonnage grant, something they've done for many years, and the, funds for the grant goes towards their service, and then whatever else the borough will receive. Thank you.
It's always a year behind, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll take a roll. Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios? Yes. Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark?
Yeah.
Resolution number 98 is to amend resolution from February 2nd, 2026, number 72, awarding a contract to Wells Fargo for the clerk's office and police department copier machines.
Move it Rios?
Second, Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lamb?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 99 is the renewal of the membership in the Central Jersey Joint Insurance Fund.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 100 is to amend resolution from March 2nd, number 91, hiring staff for the Dunellen Recreation Department Spring Break Camp.
Move it Rios?
Second, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 101 is authorizing the continued employment of the chief of police.
Move it Rios?
Rios, Vandermark.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 102 is to hire spring tennis, coaching staff for the recreation department.
Move it, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yeah.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution 103 is authorizing the municipal clerk to administer all temporary retail food establishment permits for the open air market from May 3rd, 2026 to October 18th, 2026.
Move it, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
She abstained. She should.
I believe,
Should I abstain?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything.
Yes, okay.
well, hold on.
She was the open air market. She's
Hmm.
in charge.
Yes, Councilwoman Albertson, you should
Abstain.
probably abstain.
Okay. Abstain.
Mrs. Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 104 is to award a contract to Top Line Construction for the South Washington Avenue and New Market Road Improvements Project.
Move it. Second Rios?
So for the public, these are the rapid beacon lights that you see popping up in certain locations in town with higher volume of pedestrian crossing and, of course, vehicular. We received $170,000 grant a couple years back for these rapid beacon lights at the intersection of New Market and Grove and Orange and South of Washington going into Columbia Park. Clearly two areas that have a significant amount of traffic that we want to have visibility for residents to be able to cross safely. So that's what this is. We're approving the contract that was bidded out. And I believe we had 170,000, I said again, in grants, but the project came in at 177. So close enough. So that means they'll be almost funded entirely by grants. So that's good news. So that's what this is.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 105 is payment to Alloy 5 Architecture for services related to the contract for architectural services dated November 7th, 2022.
Second, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Abstain due to my position on the fire department.
Mr. Scott?
Abstain position in the fire department.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark. Resolution number 106 is to approve an emergency temporary budget for 2026.
Move it, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Item number 7 on the agenda is consent agenda. We have resolutions 107 through 117. If council could review them and let us know if there's any specific resolution you want to pull and discuss, and then we can discuss them and vote by consent agenda on the other ones. I would like to pull 117.
111. 111, 111.
Okay, can I have a motion on second on the consent agenda 107 through 116 with the exception of 111 and of course 117?
Move it, Sigmund.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamb,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with the resolution 111. Councilwoman Rios.
Yes, is this continuous of the one that we've already done?
So each year they have to reapply, so their time ran out in December. And I believe that there were 5 people going around town, and so far only 2 have renewed, the 2 on here tonight. And they'll be good until the end of December of this year.
Okay, and they're exempt from payment?
Correct.
Okay,
As per the grief and death franchise.
okay,
They had to do everything else, they went through a background test and everything.
okay.
And give them a no knock list. And they have, placards that they carry around and also a place card for their car.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other discussion on this item, 111?
Well, yeah, because, and just for the public knowledge too, if there are any other solicitors from any other companies coming to the door, what should, residents do?
Call the non-emergency line 732-968-3000 extension 0, or call Borough Hall if it's during business operations. Believe me, I've called that line multiple times and cops have come and they've cited them. We have one group that is a continuous offender, Verizon, and
Yeah.
yeah, no, I know. They called me today. They asked me how I had internet. I said I put 2 rocks together on a wire, so I'm happy with my current provider, but nonetheless. So yes, you call the non-emergency line and report them. And so just so everyone's aware, a lot of the people who do knock on your door, they're being directed by higher ups to do it, like a regional manager. So I know it's annoying, but maybe just give them a little bit of a courtesy or respects because they're just doing what they're told. And that's what I always say. I'm like, I understand you're being told, you're doing what you're being told by your boss, but it still doesn't make it right. But still call the appropriate authorities, especially if they get off your porch and they continue to go down the neighborhood. And you can always check our website. Every person that has a solicitor's license is on there. You'll also find the no solicitation application that you can sign up and then you come and collect it at Borough Hall and you can post it around your door. It says no soliciting per ordinance, whatever number it is, right? So thank you for bringing that for those in the public to be aware.
Along with that, if there is a company that continuously violates this, does that have any effect on any future
Yes,
applications?
Yes, and they will, I think upward of, is it $5,000 citation? And 30 days in jail when they get before Judge House? I know, it goes pretty heavy. It might be. I mean.
No, my question is, if a company continues to do this, will
Well,
that
yeah,
have
my
any
point
effect on
is
their further
they'll
permit?
be denied. There's a
Okay.
process, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a system we look into, right? If they have any violations and if there's any,
Correct.
they do background checks. Sorry, that's your job.
They have to, on the application, they have to say if they were denied by any other town, all the other towns that they work for as well.
Yeah.
It's on their application,
So
Understood. Thank you.
along with background.
per individual, they have to do it.
Right.
So not just the entity, and then their employees have to do it. So that's why it's an issue when they violate it, is because they can just be random. We're not aware of the random person walking up to a resident's home. So,
The police are given a copy, so they know what they look like, who are supposed to be solicited, so soliciting as well.
It's pretty interesting when they got that.
yeah, I do enjoy telling them, oh, you know whose house you're at, right?
Yeah.
And I do sign that. No, I think Officer Condit had about 13 of them in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, so they are being cited, folks. It's just, it's a see something, say something scenario, you know? Okay,
We'll take a roll. Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
oh, can I have a motion and second on 111?
Move it, Sigmund?
Second, Rios?
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vanderman? Yes.
Okay, so resolution 117, I wanted to bring directly to the council's attention and the public. Every year, Congress does a federal community project funding, and it comes through our congressional reps in terms of our House Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman's office, or U.S. Senators Andy Kim and Cory Booker. We're going to do a trilogy, and we're trying to apply through each one so we can maybe get guarantee of funding. And this year, we're putting forward funding for the renovation and modernization of the Arnold A. Schwartz Memorial Library. We passed some projects through, and the congressional reps felt like this one was a good one to do. I know the library is very happy. And so just for the public too, you know, every time we try to do renovations or improvements, we do seek grants first, so it doesn't impact the taxpayer directly. That's our main goal. We can go upward of 2.5 million, and we're going to try to go for 2.5 million. So that's what this resolution is. I mean, Councilwoman Rios, who's very involved with the library, I know this is something that you've been advocating for many, many years. So I don't know if you have a few words to say, you know, before we approve it or not.
Nope, we didn't even hesitate on this, so.
Okay. So if you're a praying person like I, pastor, chaplain, let's throw some prayers up there and hope that Congress sends us some money on this. So, okay. Okie doke. Let's do a roll call.
Move it, Sigmund?
Well, thank you.
Second, Rios?
I'm so excited. I'm ignoring protocols, huh?
Mrs. Albertson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lance?
Yes.
Mrs. Rios?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund?
Yes.
And Mrs. Vanderman?
Okay. Okie doke. Item number 8 on the agenda is council reports. Councilwoman Vandermark.
Water main installation on Second Street and Fairview Avenue. Following the water main work, Park is also video inspecting the sewer main on Second Street at the request of Alex Miller. In the fire report, on March 6th at 9:54 p.m., the Dunellen Fire Department was dispatched to 324 Front Street for a possible structural fire. On Chief Scott's arrival, smoke was visible from the second floor and attic. Their second alarm was immediately transmitted starting mutual aid department. The Dunellen police were on scene evacuating the apartment. While beginning the saga, fire vented from the attic. Dunellen Engine 3 and Dunellen Truck 4 quickly arrived on scene and began an interior attack on the fire. Fire conditions quickly deteriorated and crews were removed from the structure, and a defensive attack was initiated using elevated massive screens and ground nodules. Crews continued to fight the fire for several hours, ultimately rising to third alarm, bringing additional municipal aid to the scene. Over 75 firefighters fought the fire for the 8-hour crews were present. The fire was ultimately extinguished and all fire units cleared while repacking all the hose equipment at 6 a.m. 10 occupants were left without housing following the fire and were assisted by the New Jersey American Red Cross through OEM. There were no injuries reported to occupants or firefighters, although several kittens were unable to be rescued. The origin and cause of the fire was investigated by the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office and believed to be accidental. Was original in the first floor electrical room. They were unable to rule out the electrical as their original. Their members were assigned by the following units: Greenbrook Fire, New Market Fire, Middlesex Borough Fire, South Plainfield Fire, North Shelton Fire, Harvard Fire, River Road Fire, Production Fire, Homeless Marshall Fire, Milton Fire. Dunellen Rescue Squad, Dunellen OEM, Middlesex County Fire Coordinators, and Middlesex County Fire Marshal Office. And then there's going to be a fundraiser for the fire department on Sunday, Dunellen Theater. Yeah. I have one ready to go. It's the Dunellen Theater, and it's the Disney Flaming Fire and Rescue. It's a cartoon, March 22nd at 2:00 p.m. Doors open at 1 o'clock. Adults for $15, kids for $10. Cash and Zelle. So please come and support the Dunellen Fire Company.
Okay, thank you. And just to note, again, thank you to our emergency services and those who responded to that bad fire on Front Street. We thank you for your service. God bless you. We're happy that nobody was hurt that we're aware of in the fire. And I know the community is pulling together to support the families in need. But if we can give a round of applause to our local emergency services as well as our mutual aid, I think that's warranted. Councilwoman Rios.
Yes, the police department on February 2026, the Dunellen Police Department reports the following statistics: 1,389 CAD entries, 22 total arrests, 438 motor vehicle tickets, including parking violations, 12 DWI arrests, 197 motor vehicle stops, and 15 motor vehicle crashes. Would like to thank the police department for their continued hard work, dedication, and commitment to keeping our community safe. The Dunellen Public Library. The library has some great programs coming up this week. Tomorrow at 3:30, please join us for St. Patrick's Day Slime, and then come back later in the evening at 5:15 p.m. for Twilight Story Time. On Thursday, there'll be a musical story time for the little ones at 10:30, and at 3:30, we will be having Gaming Day for the older kids, 6th grade and up. The library is still currently searching for a new full-time library director and is offering a competitive salary. In addition, the library is also looking for a part-time bookkeeper. If you are interested, please inquire at the library or send your resume to director@dunellenlibrary.org. As always, please check out the library's Facebook page and website to stay up to date on additional programs and events. If there is a special program you would like to see or an activity you would like at the library to host, please let us know. We are always looking for suggestions from our community. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Albertson.
Yes. Finance Committee. I met with the Borough and Administration and Finance team last week. The Finance team is putting together their budget proposal letter for the Finance Committee, and we will be working on a date to meet this week. Friends of the Dunellen Public Library have a women's history presentation at the library on March 25th at 6:30 p.m. We will welcome Betsy Ross to Dunellen to share her story with us. The open air market begins on May 3rd with our annual collaboration with Downtown Dunellen Management Organization, Spring into Wellness. The market opens at 11 a.m. For information for being a vendor, please contact the Friends of the Dunellen Public Library. And that's all I have today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Council President Lance.
All right, for recreation, the Easter egg hunt is right around the corner. Join us at Columbia Park on Sunday, March 29th for the Easter egg hunt, which will begin promptly at 1 p.m. This event is exclusively for children in pre-K through 3rd grade who are residents of Dunellen. Be sure to bring a basket and don't arrive late. After the hunt, stay for a special photo opportunity with the Easter Bunny. Spring tennis is back for children aged 6 to 17. Participants will develop skills in strategy and tactics, athletic movement, proper technique, mental and emotional aspect of the game, and sportsmanship. Sessions will be held on Mondays or Saturdays starting April 27th. And this is the final call for registration for our new spring break camp. Dunellen Recreation is excited to introduce this new spring break camp, which is designed to offer families a safe, structured, and engaging childcare option during the school break. This camp will feature the same trusted staff and quality programming as our popular summer camp, including age-appropriate games, crafts, and recreational activities. The program aims to support all families by providing a practical, flexible, and enjoyable choice during spring break. And that's all for me.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Sigmund?
Yes, the DPW crew has been keeping busy with routine maintenance and cleaning the downtown area, as well as all the borough properties and parks. Now that the snow has melted, they've been sweeping the downtown streets and other roads to clear out winter debris, which still remains a priority. The crew also stepped up during a weather event and emergency on March 5th and 6th. So the crew members monitored the brooks before and after the minor flooding on March 5th. 2 members were deployed that evening to respond directly to the high water levels. On the night of March 6th, the DPW was on scene from 11:30 p.m. until 5 a.m., where 2 members managed traffic barricades and worked to keep the catch basins clear of debris, which was critical in preventing flooding from the significant volume of water used to extinguish the fire. And on Sunday, March 8th, 2 crew members returned to the 300 block of Front Street at 7 a.m., where they cleaned 3 blocks that were heavily impacted by debris, including several clogged catch basin lids. Monday, March 9th, the team jetted the catch basins and storm sewers in that area to clear out any remaining material and prevent future clogs. Finally, the crew shifted focus towards the warmer months, cleaning the parks and preparing the ball fields for the upcoming spring sports season. And for the Board of Education, they will be meeting tomorrow night at Lincoln Middle School beginning at 7 p.m. with student recognitions beginning at 7:30 p.m. and followed by their public session. Tomorrow night's meeting will primarily focus on the tentative budget presentation, which is a critical step in understanding how the district plans to navigate the challenges. We've discussed specifically the rising healthcare costs, flat state aid, the unfunded mandates, as well as how they intend to manage the potential 29% tax increase. And that is all for me.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. That's tomorrow night?
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Scott?
For buildings and grounds, the library step repair is now complete. Contractor rebuilt the foundation, installed new bluestone treads on each step, and repaired several areas of plaster on the ADA ramp wall. The DPW is scheduled to complete the planter near the Welcome to Dunellen sign on Washington Ave this spring. And the borough is also expecting delivery of the new Welcome to Dunellen signs to replace the old ones this spring as well. And that's my report.
Okay, thank you. Just to follow up, NewJersey.com had an article today that Dunellen state aid is increasing by 6% for school funding, although our municipal aid funding for the town stays flat at $600,000 for the past how many years, and we face the same inflation and rising costs. But just something to keep in mind, I think it was like $1.2 million, so maybe that helps offset that 2.5 mil that you're talking about that they're under.
That would definitely help.
Okay, just putting it out there as your liaison. Okey doke. Thank you. So my updates for this evening is New Jersey American Water. They completed their 2nd Street water main project last week and are now beginning their work on Fairview Avenue, doing the same. This phase will include replacing the water main. The next phase will also include replacing the water mains along 300 block of Orange Street. So of course, the borough is going to coordinate the schedule of this work and will provide advance notice to residents. And once the timeline is finalized, and we do that through our various outlets and alerts and our message from the mayor, but also we deliver letters to each door of the residents that are being impacted. I will say, I know it's been an inconvenience at time with American Water in Dunellen over the last several years. But as a reminder, they spent well over $20 million in town. They're not doing that everywhere. There's reasons why they're doing it. It's mainly because we're less bureaucratic than other towns. So the point is it's a lot of infrastructure improvements that they're putting in dollars into our community. And these are pipes that are well over 80 years old. And most likely the next time they have to be replaced, well, sad to say, none of us are going to be here. So even me. So it's a good thing that they're doing it. They are going to repave all the roads afterwards, which will lead us to about 80% of our municipal roads to be paved. So it's a short-term inconvenience for a long-term gain. I apologize for the inconvenience, but sometimes you just gotta, have the inconvenience for the better good of society. Washington Avenue Streetlight Project, our contractor, AA Berms, in coordination with PSC&G, has completed the installation of decorative streetlights, and I believe they're on tonight, right? So as you go past South Washington Avenue and North Washington Avenue by St. John's in the park, you'll get to see the lights are operational and they'll be nice. And the next phase will include planting trees and restoring areas that were disturbed during construction. Remind me of when the decorative lighting from Madison to Middlesex is occurring. That's in this year's capital?
We read that, already funded,
Oh, design standards through CME because of the ingress, egress of some parking lots. And then we're going to be doing from Jackson all the way to Plainfield. Again, all through grants that we got. So, we're improving the town as quickly as we possibly can, and most of it's going to be funded through grants. Second Street Phase 2 project, that's Madison Ave to Washington Avenue. This NJDOT project, for which the borough received $496,000 in funding, has a total cost of about $667,000. In the coming weeks, work will include removing a tree that is interfering with stormwater system and repairing that system. Additional work will include curb and apron restoration. Please note that the there will be driveway apron restoration. The contractor will work on one side of the street at a time. The contractor will coordinate with residents and provide notice regarding the schedule for reopening their driveways. During this work, residents will be temporarily unable to drive in and out of their driveways for up to 3 days, and that's mainly because you got concrete drying. South Washington Avenue and Orange Street and New Market Road and Grove Street RRFB project. As we discussed, we approved top-line construction for this installation at South Washington Avenue and Orange Street and New Market Road and Grove Street intersections. This project will also include some sidewalk additions and restoration. The next step is for our engineer CME to send the bid award to the NJDOT for review. Hopefully that's not where things go to die. And the borough will set up a pre-construction meeting with Top Line Construction. CME expects Top Line to jump right into the project. And they already will be working, because they've already been working with the borough. Our engineer expects the project to be completed before the New Jersey American Water paves New Market Road and Grove Street, which is by summer. So that's good news. South Washington Avenue and New Market Road traffic light. I know this has been a topic for a couple years now. We finally got the county, because that's a county intersection, to move on it. So Lou Plasanka, who's our engineer, our main engineer, and Alex Miller, business administrator, and I met with the Middlesex County Engineering Department earlier this year to discuss our request to adjust the traffic signal timing to improve pedestrian safety. I mixed this project up. I'll get to that one in a second. All parties agreed that the safest solution to implement a full pedestrian phase at the intersection. So by the train station and the Nell project, what's going to happen is when a resident or pedestrian walks up and presses the button, all sides go red. So residents can cross at all intersections. So that will help with that intersection, because we know that's playing Frogger over there. So under this plan, like I said, the red light will stop traffic in all directions, allow pedestrians to cross. The county engineers will present this recommendation to the county commissioners, who must adopt an ordinance prohibiting right turns on red at the intersection. So, hopefully this could be a nice pilot for us to maybe view this at other intersections in town, like Washington and North, and maybe Madison and North. But Rome wasn't built in the day, and we'll see how this one goes. I earlier mentioned, I mixed this up with the New Market Road and Walnut Street traffic light that we've been advocating for the past several years. We've made progress. The county wants to move on it with an overall New Market Road revamp, I guess you can say, and restoration. But that's going to be a bit of a process, because it requires easements and having to fund some easements and other capital bonding we're going to have to do. So while that's in the pipeline, it's still a few more years away, for a little further than we would like. But you're dealing with multi-jurisdictional county and 2 townships, Dunellen and Piscataway. So it's going to be a little while, but it is in the pipeline to happen. So there we are on that one. And PSE&G streetlight LED upgrades. Following the borough's request to assess our streetlights, the borough is partnering with PSE&G to upgrade streetlights from older green head models to energy efficient LED lights, and you'll note they'll be much brighter. PSE&G has begun these upgrades at borough intersections along North Avenue, including all streetlights, not just the decorative ones, on South Washington Avenue and at the train station. And then after this process, we see how well lit the intersection are. We'll see what needs to be filled in between. So we understand that people have a concern about how dark it could be walking at night. So this is phase 1. We'll see how well these at the intersections light up, and then we'll see where we need to fill in between. So that is it on my report this evening. Let's throw it over to departments. Hey, IT, how's it ITing over there? Okay, good. Legal?
No report, Matt.
Music to my ears. Clerk and registrar?
Just the deadline for political party changes for the 2026 primary election is April 6th, which is 55 days prior to the election.
Okay,
That's it.
and we're getting closer to the primary, which is, Lauren does a great job handling elections, but just be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. OEM certs?
So, PA, which is preliminary damage assessment for emergency preventive measures. Snow comes under a special category, again, emergency preventive measures, and for snow removal. We haven't heard anything about whether or not we've been approved for any reimbursement. I heard that we had reached our thresholds, but of course you have to wait for President Trump to allow a presidential declaration so we can get reimbursed. Just a little bit to mention about OEM and the fire. Again, thank you for our first responders. OEM established a reception center at the senior center in order to get actually was 15 individuals out of the cold and to be processed by the American Red Cross. And with some pressure that was applied to the owner or the owner representative, we were able, and another partner, it's called 1-800-BOARD-UP, which actually boarded up the house. We were able to extend the stay at the Hampton Inn for those 15 individuals until Wednesday. Okay, our CERT team was charged with making contacts to the victims and ascertaining their clothing needs as well as the toiletries, which was then passed on to the Carroll Fund. I also wanted to say this too, because in terms of getting the individuals over to the senior center, we got some assistance from the rescue squad, and we really appreciate that, because not everybody had the means to go over. You know, they could walk, some maybe some had children, and plus it was very cold. Tomorrow we'll be meeting with Kelly to put together an IAP for the Easter egg hunt. It's very important that every event that we have some sort of IAP, because people think it's a lot of fun, but they never think about the hazards that can happen. For example, you know that terrorists are now using their vehicle for, you know, to ram individuals. So we take all those into consideration. I don't think we're going to have any of that, but it's always safe. Better be safe than sorry. I just wanted to report out on the CERT monthly activities. For the current reporting period, the Dunellen Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, has logged a combined total of 317.5 hours of activation and training. During this month, Dunellen CERT conducted a training session in coordination with the Middlesex County Office of Emergency Management to prepare team members to perform preliminary damage assessment. So we're trying to have a force multiplier in the event that the team is deployed during a storm or other severe weather incident. At this time, 3 members are actively completing their CERT basic training course and are scheduled to graduate in mid-April, further strengthening the team's operational capability. At the end of the month, Dunellen CERT will be conducting a joint training exercise with the Dunellen Rescue Squad. This training is intended to familiarize CERT members with rescue squad equipment and operations to ensure effective and coordinated support during emergency activation. Additionally, I already mentioned, additionally, Dunellen CERT is planning to support the Dunellen Recreational Department with Easter egg hunt scheduled in March. That's my report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mosley. Rescue? Okay. Police? Okay, administration / DPW and all the above?
Yeah, Mary, follow up, a lot of times we're in a disaster, you see a lot of good being done. And, you and I met over there, during the fire. Chief Scott, you guys, fire department did a great job. It was hours of dumping water on there. You know, hats off to you guys, and same thing with the rescue squad, police department getting there right away. Help make sure get people out of the rescue squad, set it up over there. Great job. Can't say enough. OEM, see Homer and Joe Cummins walking up and down trying to find people. So we had a great teamwork. It was great to see, you know, during such a terrible thing that went on, but you know, great work, and hats off to all you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's a reminder that those apparatuses and the team that you've seen raise with now and staff, it's
Yep.
boots on the ground in unfortunate situations like this. It's really something.
Great.
Okay, no other.
Right, so we are on to, there's no council discussion for this evening. Item number 11 is public comments. We ask that if you're from the public and you have any comments or questions or shared concerns, microphone's here. We're here to listen to them. We ask that you just state your name and your residency, and we're here. Well, you're smiling, so I thought maybe you had some. Everybody's good? Anybody virtually? Here's your chance. Not just on Facebook. Okay. You know where to see us next time, April 6th. Okey doke. Without hearing any comments or questions from the public, we'll close that portion of the meeting. Item number 12 on the agenda is resolution 118 for an adjournment. But before we do that, I'd like to remind everybody that April 6th at 7 p.m., both here in the chambers and virtually, you could join us. It's also the date in which we'll be doing our full budget presentation and introduction. So you can learn about how we're doing our best to be fiscally responsible and still deliver quality services. So with that, can I have a motion and second on 118, adjournment?
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Scott.
It was Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Who wants to